after almost half a century since your lunar adventure, what is still the strongest impression you remember? Well, there were several, I think. One was, of course, liftoff into Saturn V, the beginning of our journey on Apollo 16. A very tremendous, exciting moment. You're on your way. The vehicle is shaking from side to side very violently. And it's very dramatic for the first stage as you begin to accelerate and get up to 4.5 times gravity. And then the first stage shuts down. And the second and third stage get you into orbit, and that was remarkable. Once the covers come off the windows, you can see outside during ascent, and you see the beautiful Atlantic Ocean, the deep blue, and the clouds, white clouds. And then you go into darkness quickly because we lifted off afternoon at Kennedy Space Center. So by the time we got over to Africa, it was coming nighttime. That was one of my impressions. The next one I could say is the entry into lunar orbit. We came in on the dark side, and all of a sudden we burst into sunlight on the back side. Half of the back side was in sunlight, and half the front side was in sunlight on our mission. So as it's the beginning of our mission at the moon, I should say. And so the shadows got shorter and shorter, very dramatic on the backside, very rough terrain you're exposed to back there. Then the next experience was, of course, the landing. I think probably the landing on the moon was the most dynamic I'd ever experienced. You're coming in an area where many of the craters you had not seen before due to the resolution of the photographs that we studied. And it was a very dynamic, very challenging time. John was flying. I was talking him down with the rate of descent, altitude, forward, lateral velocity, those kind of things. So keeping the spacecraft running. So it was really a great impression. The next, of course, was the step on the moon. And I'm on the moon, I kept thinking. And the wonder, the joy, the excitement, the adventure was all rolled into emotions like a little kid at Christmas, I guess. It was a joyful time. Of course, the liftoff was dramatic from the lunar surface, quite a rapid acceleration on the ascent stage. Then the re-entry was spectacular as we hit the Earth at over 26,000 miles an hour. A big fireball forms around the spacecraft as you're decelerating up to 7.5 Gs, and so very dramatic.